So everything's in box now. This is what the kit contains. So you got both sides of the strut tower brace. This is what's going to bolt on onto your, what do they call, the struts. So you have two of them, one for each side. Then you have the TANABE long piece, and this is very nice anodized aluminum. Look at the quality on that. This thing is light, but at the same time it feels really sturdy. And honestly, I really like how it feels right off the bat. It's not over complicated or anything. It's really simple actually. These two strut things are gonna bolt on to either side. So I have the orientation here, right? So the one with the marking is the passenger side. So it looks like here is the marking. And then there's the driver's side. So apparently you can adjust this bar here, the length, just by turning this little knob here or whatever, adjust it to the correct length that you need. I'll go ahead and do that afterwards. This is a quick little mock-up of how it's going to look on the engine bay. Like a U shape that's going to be facing towards the front of the engine. Obviously you have the TANABE logo that's going to be featured on the front so you can actually see it. They supplied you with two nuts. I forgot what these are called. They kind of look ugly. I wish they would have supplied you with some of these black chrome ones. These look really sick. I like how they anodized it, or who knows, maybe they even powder coated it. I'm not too sure, but look at the detail on that. Alright guys, so as I almost predicted, it actually ended up being a 14 mil for the nuts. So all the nuts are actually 14. As you guys can see, these are the ones that they supply to you. See, there you go. And the Allen key one, whatever, is actually an H8. I actually already kind of tighten them by hand, not the way that they're going to be seated fully. That way they're not flopping around. Now it's actually, you know, straight and it's not really going to wobble. It does have some play, but once it's on the car, this is going to be the finished product. So you have some height to it. I'm going to go ahead and go into the car and we're going to install this right now. Alright, so got the Camry over here. I'm not going to be using any of my fancy tools. I got these old Cobalt ones. But yeah, I'm gonna make it work. Just FYI, don't let your friends borrow your tools. They won't give them back to you, and then when you need them, they won't respond to you. So yeah, that's why I'm using these old tools. I'm not using my power tools like the Milwaukee one, which kind of sucks, but I guess it is what it is. These two nuts right here are what we're gonna take off. Okay. Should come off really easily. It's right there, we're safe. This is why I hate recording while I'm holding the camera with my other hand. Let me transfer you guys over to the tripod. Alright, so we're gonna do some extraction mission because that nut that fell there. I'm gonna take it out real quick. You guys need to get yourself one of these. It's really useful. Thing fell right there. Go. Sheesh. It's very satisfying, eh? They did send out some nuts as I showed you guys before. So these are I'm just gonna hold on to, and maybe I'll use them whenever I get rid of the car, or I don't think I'll get rid of it anytime soon, but they're just good to have. I'm gonna go ahead and save these. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out the second one. Alright guys, so here's the strut bar. So I'm actually going to be using these two holes, the ones that have like that groove in there. This one is, I don't know what it's for, but they just drilled it out that way, same as over here. And I already kind of test fitted it so that it fits on both ends, so you do have to kind of adjust it. And I did semi-tighten this, but I can also still move it around. I'm gonna go ahead and finish tightening up this when I'm done, when these two are, well, these four are bolted in. So I'm gonna go ahead and test fit this. Alright guys, so I finally was able to get this in. It was actually pretty easy once you kind of mock it up on both sides and try to get a fair adjustment at each side. It's kind of weird and a little tricky, just because if you look over here, so if you look at here at the strut tower thing, I don't know what to call it, it's kind of at an angle, so you have to move this thing, the bracket from the strut bar, to kind of mimic the orientation of this. So that's a little tricky, especially to get these things in, the little studs. After you keep adjusting it, you just kind of gotta go back and forth, back and forth. You will eventually get it. Now I just gotta put in the supplied nuts. These are actually smaller diameter wise. Here, I'll show you guys a comparison. They're the same size and the same threads and everything, but they're just a smaller diameter compared to the original's OEM. So if you see here, the original doesn't let it go all the way in. Now I can go ahead and put this in, no problem. It's a nice fit, honestly. Look at that. Sheesh. That red looks so good. So after I bolt this thing up, I'm gonna go ahead and take it for a test drive and let you guys know my first impressions. I'm not gonna go super crazy, but it was a little unstable when going like super fast. By fast, I mean like going like 80, like on turns. It kind of felt a little weird. But yeah, this is the first modification that I'm doing to this Camry, and I don't really plan on getting too crazy with it, but we'll see. Let me know if you guys like it. So grab it from right here. Sir. Yep. It's all connected now. So now let's take it out for a test drive. Alright guys, so we're gonna go for a little test drive. Got my little co-pilot. Yes sir. Yeah. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. I'm not gonna go too crazy. I just want to get a feel for how the car is gonna drive, and to see if there's anything that I need to adjust, just in case, but I highly doubt it. Imagine if they made a freaking manual Camry, that'd be sick. Probably do it with the Corolla. I would definitely drive a manual Corolla. Drives fine so far. I'm going like what, 10 miles per hour. So we're about to merge into the freeway right now. I don't really want to go too fast because I have my dog here. Not going for like a super sports car, like coilover type like handling, but I do want that little extra rigidity. Hopefully the strut tower brace helps in doing so. Alright guys, so first impressions. I definitely think it did a difference, especially when you're, kind of doing that little spirited driving. the Camry definitely handles better now than it did before the Strut bar. It's a little biased to say, I guess, but obviously it's not going to be a sports car, but at the end of the day it's a Camry. But it just adds that little bit of fun to it. Like low speeds, it's not so noticeable, but it's more noticeable like at higher speeds. Like when you're going like 65 and above, you feel a little more stable than before. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Please go ahead and like the video, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.